don't know if this video is gonna ever see like the light of day, but I was talking to the people in my life, and kind of everybody thinks it's a good idea to film it, so I'm gonna film it. Today is Saturday. It's August 24th. I have surgery on Monday, September 2nd, so in just over a week. And I thought today's a really good opportunity to like talk you through where I am as of right now, and also the why behind stuff. So first off, I am like 9 days before surgery. I've already had my labs done. I had my pre-surgical like health visit where we walk through everything we're gonna do, but also to kind of give us the rundown of what like aftercare is like, what we're gonna need, etc., etc. Give us time to order stuff. You get my drift. I am getting an abdominoplasty, which is a tummy tuck, and I'm gonna get lipo of my inner thighs. First off, I want to kind of explain the why, because this is a hugely controversial topic, which doesn't quite make any sense to me, but whatever. I am doing this because I want to, and I'm a grown ass woman, so I am allowed to do whatever I want, so long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. And I'm also doing this because it's time for me to do it. A year ago, a little over a year ago now, about a year and a month ago, almost to the day, I had back surgery. So before I got hurt, I was in really good shape, and I still had problems. Like I still had my stomach, and I still had like the tops of my inner thighs, and I still had my back that I wasn't really happy with. But I was in great shape. Like my legs looked amazing. Like my stomach, if you like from certain angles, looked so good. Like I was in such good shape, and I could not get rid of my belly. I could not get rid of the top of my inner thighs. So, and this was me working out 2 hours a day, every day. I took like 2 or 3 days off a month. So like aggressive. Diet was right. Everything was right. Like it wasn't for me not trying. And I had done this for years. So yeah, I've done every diet you can possibly think of. I just have that body type, and on top of that, like I was a heavy kid. So like I had a belly when I was a kid, you know, and that's kind of the problem, is I was never able to get rid of that skin. So that's why I'm getting a tummy tuck, because it's like I turned 34 this year, and I'm gonna be 35 next summer, and I just thought to myself, like, I don't want another summer to go by where I can't be in a bikini, you know? And when I got hurt, like I couldn't move, so like I gained some weight, and I was just immobile for so long that all my hard work I felt like was going away. And on top of that, like it was so like broken that it kind of, it made me have to answer questions I didn't expect to have to, and as well as also like reframe how my life is going. So I know this is going to get asked, so I'm just going to answer it now. I don't have biological kids, I have stepkids. So so I am getting a tummy tuck without having had a baby myself. I personally am not going to have a child, so this makes total sense to do it now. I don't have any reason to wait. I am not going to get into the why behind me not having a child, because it's really personal and emotional, and I don't want to talk about it, at least not to YouTube. So I'm going to have a tummy tuck, and then there's something called plication, which is like an internal corset. He hasn't decided if he's going to do that on me yet. I think he will, but we'll see. I'll let you know afterwards when he tells me. So I, as a human, I'm sort of like a super bacteria. My body is super like resistant and defiant. So you know when you hear people say like, oh, I like cut out, my partner is actually a great example of this. He cut out like, he went from normal Coke to Mexican Coke and dropped like 15 pounds. And then he went from Mexican Coke to none and dropped more weight. So I can like work my ass off and eat nothing and gain 2 pounds. So it takes a miracle for me to lose real weight and to go through these shifts. So while this isn't a weight loss surgery, and I'm not expecting to walk out of there in a totally different body, this is going to get me back to what I had and more. So this is what I want to do. I'm ready for it. It's also something that I had very candid conversations with my doctor about, saying that, look, I cannot commit to what I used to do workout wise. So whatever you do to me has to be able to be maintained by 3 to 4 days a week of exercise. Like, I cannot commit to more to that because I have no idea what the future has in store for me with my back. I have advanced degenerative disc disease, so I'm limited in certain things, and frankly, the likelihood of me having a fusion in my life is not low. So it makes me nervous, and so I don't want him to go I don't want him to give me a body that I cannot maintain. I want him to give me basically the best body he can, with me being able to do what I can do, or at least what I can promise to do. Okay, so what he's told me so far is what to expect and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of scary. I'm not super scared because my mom's flying in. She's gonna live with us for a month, and he's literally built me a wheelchair ramp and bought me a cane because I'm gonna have to walk my little butt up to the side of the bed, and we have a robot bed anyway for my back, so it actually works out kind of great. But yeah, so I figured we could vlog the whole process, the whole surgery and the aftercare. I'm not going to show you the surgery, but the aftercare and the whole recovery. So I feel in case this video does see the light of day, at least I'll have the footage. And if nothing else, maybe I can help out a friend. So yeah. So as of right now, we are about 9 days out of surgery, 8.5 days. Some things I have to do, nails wise. My nails have to come off. These 2 nails have to come off for sure for the heart monitor. I'm going to take them all off because I'm going to be broken for 4 months or for a few weeks. So I'll just, when I'm good to go, I'll go back into the nail salon and get them put back on. My hair has to go up in a bun on top of my head for surgery. My eyelashes that we can keep on, they can tape them with a pad so we don't take any eyelashes off. No makeup for the day of. I have to wash with this specific cleanser that's antibacterial for 24 hours. My whole bed has to be sanitized and all that kind of stuff. And then I have to do some medication before surgery, and then I've got all my prescriptions for after. I have to eat no sodium for the whole recovery. So basically oatmeal, fresh pineapple, and whey protein smoothies. That's basically it. They said I might be nauseous for a couple of days, so keeping it light's a good idea anyway. Plus I'm going to be swollen, so the idea of eating food when you're swollen kind of sucks, right? You already feel this big. You don't want to expand any further. Yeah, what else can I tell you? So we're gonna start experimenting with which car to take. Let's try to walk into the car. Let's see how, because I have to stand in a certain position. I have to have my hands on my knees all the time, and I'd be bent over. So what'll be the easiest car to get in and out of, and how do we climb up a stair, and are we gonna need 2 people to help me, one on one side, one on the other, because 2 legs, 2 hands on each leg kind of thing. So we'll see. But I thought we decided it'd be best to video it all and then potentially have a video for it. Another thing, just to kind of pulse check, how I'm feeling, because I've gotten that question a lot. I'm not nervous. I'm a little worried about the first few days of post-op, because there's this thing called the blackness that he was talking about, where it's basically because the scar and the incisions are so low, so far from your belly button, which is a huge blood source. There's a lot of risk for that, and it's possible. He's it's totally possible. People do it all the time. But basically the deal that we're making is I'll take that incision lower and make it further from the belly button so it's more aesthetically pleasing. But you have to really make sure that you do everything correct to where you don't get this really dark midsection, because then you have to go to the emergency room. So I'm more worried about like just keeping all that stuff, you know, in check and to where we don't have any problems and whatnot. But the whole recovery as a whole, like, I mean, honestly, that time passes one way or another, and I think it's actually harder for the caretakers than it is for the person, you know, recovering, because I'm on meds, so like I'm not really all that with it, and I can't do anything. So like anything I need to do or whatever, someone has to help me with. So it's just kind of like a huge ask from whoever's helping you. And yeah, so I'm really grateful that I've got two people that love me, that are like right there. Literally, Jeremy built me a fucking wheelchair ramp to get up on the damn bed. Like, you can't get luckier than that, you know? So that's what's going on. Okay, so I look insane because I'm about to work out, but I want to show you my before. Now keep in mind, today's Saturday. I have surgery next Monday, so I'm like about 9 days out. But I just went in on Tuesday for my pre-surgical like visit to like walk through everything, to know exactly what we're doing. And I'm going to do my best to kind of show you the before and then what the plan is for, you know, in the OR. So basically, this is the most self-conscious I am in my whole body, is like my stomach, specifically down here. So what you're currently seeing, just in case you're curious, these colors, like this multicolored thing, that's my tan line from one of my swimsuits. So I actually have really good muscles, and part of me being busted was, you know, my core was impacted. So I'm getting my muscles back, but I'm still fighting this like kind of fat that's kind of accumulated, right? And even before my back, I was working out like crazy, and I could not shake this kind of top layer, and then I couldn't shake this at all. So we're focusing primarily on removing this part and then getting rid of this, because that is something that has been incredibly resistant to diet and exercise my entire life. So he's going to focus on that. From my understanding, he's going to take this in. He's going to, he said he's going to potentially do application. He hasn't decided yet. And application is like an internal corset. I'm kind of hoping he does, because I feel like I need it. But I also understand that having not had kids, he's like, I don't really think you do. So his final decision will get made once he's actually, you know, opened me up and he's really seeing what he's working with. But yeah, I'm confident either way. And then he's going to, this is my like gut. I'm not going to show you this because I just am so uncomfortable with it, but he's going to basically take it off. Something that's worth mentioning is there's something called a belt indentation. And that is essentially like if you have a gut, that line, that kind of crease that has in your skin. I've had a belly my entire life. Like I've had one since I was a child, and I cannot get rid of it. I have tried everything and I can't shake it. So that's why I'm doing this. But that belt indentation is something that we're being mindful of, because it's like kind of like a crease in your skin. So my hip bone is right here. The line, the actual like cut line will be like way down here, and my belly button's here. So the difference between my belly button, which is the massive blood source, to the actual like scar is, or in like incision point is huge, because this is what they call like, he's calling it like the blackness. So if this gets really dark or black, I have to go to the emergency room. So I'm gonna have to be like this for like 2 weeks. And he literally like drew on my legs and everything. But basically, because the scar is going to be so much lower, the risk from that is put on me and my caretakers. So we're like, that is the utmost importance. It's the number one priority, is just to keep me from getting that dark thing. Because then we go to the emergency room and it's a whole shit show. But yeah, so again, this is just what I look like to begin with. This is a normal day. This is 9 days before. And this is, you know, I mean, I don't love it, but I'm actually I'm really confident with what I will look like when it's done. So fingers crossed. And then from the side, I look like this. So I want to get my back done, my top of my arms done too, but he said that'll be another date because he doesn't necessarily think I need like the whole thing, and he wants to see how this goes and how I adjust first. And then he's like, you might be surprised at how little you need after that. So yeah, so this is what we're looking like. I'm just really, you know, I'm kind of like mentally in the spot where I've worked so hard on a body that I can't see that I can't wait for him to kind of like uncover it. You know what I mean? It's because this isn't from like laziness or anything like this. This is from actual like overuse of my muscles and body. So I really am just like, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Underneath it.
Okay.
So basically, this provides all the support for this piece.
Okay.
Here, pretty much like that. And now some of this wood's a little work, so I have to mount it and move it and stuff like that.
Okay.
But high level, that's what it'll look like. And if it was mounted, you'd see.
Yeah.
Pretty stiff.
Okay.
That's what it'll look like. It's just basically we built you a weird wheelchair ramp for your bed. And then we'll sand all this down. This is the girl's old dance floor.
That's why it's got the seams. Yeah, I was like, wow, that was fast.
No,
You just repurposed it.
I just cut a foot off.
That makes sense.
Yep. I reused it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.